High Chancellor Morthan had seen many petitions for council membership over his 4 centuries of service. Species arrived with diplomatic credentials, cultural artifacts, or technological demonstrations. They wore their finest ceremonial garments and practiced speeches for months. Humanity arrived with tanks. The massive hangar bay of the council station fell silent as the human delegation's transport ships settled onto the landing platform. Instead of diplomats in formal attire emerging from sleek shuttles, the cargo ramps dropped to reveal something the galaxy hadn't seen in millennia. Armored fighting vehicles. Dozens of them. What is the meaning of this? Morthan demanded as the lead human representative approached. Ambassador Jackson wore a military uniform, not diplomatic robes, and walked with the bearing of someone who'd seen combat. "Our petition for membership, Chancellor," Jackson replied calmly. "You asked us to demonstrate our civilization's capabilities, so we brought receipts." The tanks rolled forward in formation, their treads scarring the pristine station floors. Each vehicle bore the marks of war, scorch marks from energy weapons, dents from kinetic impacts, and something that made several council members recoil in horror. Stains. Dark, dried stains that could only be one thing. "Is that blood?" Ambassador Kelnix whispered, his scales turning pale. "Yes," Jackson confirmed without apology. "These are the actual vehicles from our last war. We didn't clean them. We wanted you to see what we are. This is barbaric." Morthan's voice echoed through the chamber. "The council represents civilized species. We left such savagery behind thousands of years ago. Did you?" Jackson's eyes were cold. "Or did you just forget how to fight?" He gestured, and holographic displays activated above each tank, showing battle footage. Not simulations, actual combat records. Humans fighting humans with a ferocity that made the assembled aliens flinch. "The Terran Consolidation War lasted 17 years, Jackson narrated. 3 billion dead. These tanks fought through conditions that would kill most species here. Nuclear winter, biological plagues, chemical wastelands. They kept fighting. Why would you show us this?" A council member demanded. "You're proving you're too violent for membership." "No, Jackson Corrective. We're proving we understand violence better than anyone in this room. And that's exactly why you need us." Morthan was about to object when his aide rushed forward, whispering urgently. The Chancellor's expression shifted from outrage to fear. "The Krellian horde has breached the outer territories," Morthan announced grimly. 3 colony worlds gone. They're moving toward core systems. The council chamber erupted in panic. The Krellians were the galaxy's nightmare, a species that knew only conquest, that had rejected every diplomatic overture. Jackson waited for the chaos to settle. "How long since the council fought a real war?" We maintain peacekeeping forces," Morthan stammered. "When did they last see actual combat?" Silence. 2,000 years, an aide finally admitted. Jackson nodded slowly. "Humanity unified 3 decades ago. These tanks are 31 years old. We haven't forgotten how to wage war. We just got better at it." He pulled up a tactical display showing the Krellian advance. "Your peacekeepers will be slaughtered. They're trained for patrol duty and ceremony. The Krellians are trained killers. And you propose, let's join the council. Not as members, as your military arm. You provide the diplomacy, the infrastructure, the civilization. We provide the capacity for violence you've forgotten." Jackson's hand rested on one of the blood-stained tanks. "These machines represent our worst nature. But sometimes you need monsters to fight monsters." Morthan looked at the tanks, at the battle footage still playing, at the faces of humans who'd survived hell and learned to master it. "The council has spent millennia building a civilization without war," he said quietly. "And it's made you soft," Jackson replied. "The Krellians are coming. You can either accept that violence still exists in this galaxy and work with people who understand it, or you can maintain your moral superiority while your colonies burn." The vote was called within the hour. For the first time in council history, it was unanimous. Humanity was granted membership, with one condition. Their bloodstained tanks would remain on permanent display in the council chambers. not as a celebration of violence, but as a reminder. The galaxy had forgotten that peace wasn't the natural state of things. It was a luxury purchased with the capacity for war, and humanity had never forgotten the price. 3 months later, the Krellian advance stopped. Human forces, supported by Council resources, had done what 2,000 years of peaceful civilization could not. They'd remembered how to bare their teeth. The tanks remained in the Council chambers, a memorial and a warning. Civilization and savagery weren't opposites. They were partners in survival, and humanity knew both intimately.